Hello everyone and welcome back. This is game number 3 of the series between KingsIndian and PrussianPrince, which turned out to be a very interesting match. PrussianPrince, one of the favorites to win this tournament, but KingsIndian is definitely holding his own here. Both sides have had convincing victories on their home turf, so we'll see how this ends up on Shogun River. Interestingly, for PrussianPrince, he's just bringing different armies every time because this one's definitely a missile corps. It's got a huge front line of Yari Ashigaru and elite Yari Ashigaru with that at level 7, so spending quite a bit of money. Looks like he just wants to wear down the enemy in an infantry battle, let nothing flank him, and then use these 2 bow warrior monks to just tear away at the enemy. It's actually a great map for skirmishing, with the battle focusing around this shrine here, and there's some hills and trees to work with, so it actually is a good map for skirmishing, and we're going to see a missile corps in this map, and I don't think we've really seen a missile corps in this tournament yet, so that's going to be very interesting to see how he can pull that off. Looking over here at KingsIndian, he has a pretty similar setup, but look at this, really heavy on the spears, and you know, I've always said that spears don't make a really good core because they're sort of by definition support, but we're going to see one in this map because he has a ton of Yari Samurai, Naginata Monks, Katana Hero, and some cavalry, so actually the most of his force though is Yari Ashigaru and Yari Samurai. Both sides have very little cavalry, so this will be very interesting. I don't think we've seen a battle quite like this so far, so I'm really looking forward to it. We're looking at the shrine here. PrussianPrince is going to be the first one to get there, and since he has the bows, he will be able to sort of control that shrine, so KingsIndian is going to have to either back off and let him have it, or attack right now. That's going to work out for PrussianPrince. I think he knew that KingsIndian really like having spear-heavy armies, so this Yari Ashigaru front line is going to be very effective against spears, which don't have the killing power that swords have, though he does have the Katana Hero, and I think if KingsIndian is going to win this one, it's going to come down to where he puts his Katana Hero. That placement of that unit is going to be absolutely huge. I definitely try and put him towards the middle so I can maybe open up an avenue to hit these bow warrior monks, because once those bow warrior monks are off the field, PrussianPrince is going to have nothing to stop him. He just has 2 light cavalry for his cavalry, and the rest are spear units. So he does have a couple Naginata monks, but I don't think they quite have the shock power to deal with the amount of infantry that KingsIndian has. So it's going to come down to the bow warrior monks, I think, for this one, so I think he really needs to get his Katana Hero over there. On the other hand, though, committing all of his forces to a smaller chunk of PrussianPrince and just blasting a hole on one side could be a good way to go about it too, but I still really think that he has to kill these bow warrior monks. They're just wreaking havoc right now. This Yari Ashigaru is already down to half strength, and they're now shooting what it looked like his general. Yeah, it looks like they're targeting the general, and he's already lost a man, so he's going to be put under a lot of pressure here. He has a lot of Ashigaru in his army. If he loses that general, this battle will be over. So bow warrior monks, like I said, are going to be the linchpin of PrussianPrince's strategy here. It's very important. If you want to be good at this game, that's how you become good, is know your enemy's strengths and weaknesses, and crush his strengths by exploiting his weaknesses. And I don't know if KingsIndian is going to do that with this positioning he has here. Normally, it would be a good positioning, but PrussianPrince is catching on to it, and just by pounding the general, he's going to do some great damage that's going to end up crippling this army, though. There's 2 Katana cavalry here, which could do some great work. The light cavalry is actually moving over. PrussianPrince is going to try and stop it, because if they hit those bows, it could very well be over for PrussianPrince. Light cavalry is going to get a nice downhill charge into the Katana cavalry, but not going to do that well. I expect the Katana cavalry to win in fairly short order, already down 15 men on that light cavalry. War cry is going to get popped here for KingsIndian, and we have wavering. There could be a hole opened up here in the middle. Boy, it's getting interesting. Wavering along this flank here for PrussianPrince, and Prince has to reorganize now and moving his forces over, but it looks like they're going to be there in time to stop the cavalry going at the bows, but KingsIndian is going to say, screw your repositioning, I'm going right for your front line, maybe. Ooh, no, he's veering off and going into the spears, but has the right idea of going after the bows, and is at least going to force them to reposition so they won't be firing, at least not for the time being, which will buy plenty of time for KingsIndian. We have mass wavering on the right side of PrussianPrince's line, and they could all go now. Most of them are gone. The last 2 are wavering. They have to get routed soon, and KingsIndian's going to win. Ooh. He's caught his Yari Ashigaru in a really bad position too. They're all clumped up, not in a spear wall. He'll be able to cut through this, and there's the Katana Hero at a very important spot on the line. They're just going to tear through these Yari Ashigaru along with this Naginata Monk unit. The bow warrior monks have to reposition and start shooting now. The Katana cavalry just done their job and are going to rout. But they, like I said, they did their job, got the enemy all clumped up, and KingsIndian is going to try and flank here with the Yari Samurai. This is going to be close. I think KingsIndian definitely has the advantage, but the general is now being shot at again, down at 20 men. If he loses that general, it could be just enough for PrussianPrince to turn this around. Down to 17 men. We got to stay on general watch here because that's going to be the most important thing. Though his front line is holding quite well, actually, with the Yari-Ashigaru. Katana Heroes actually only has 6 men left in the unit. That's insane. This elite Yari-Ashigaru actually doing quite a good job of holding their own. General is pulling back for KingsIndian. This is going to be very dangerous. He has 1 cavalry unit who's trying to reposition. This Katana cavalry has to get around and hit those bows. Something has to hold them down or this general is going to die. Down to 9 men and showing their backs. Ooh, this is going to be close. Katana cavalry is moving up this hole right here. We'll be on cavalry watch. Oh, they're going to get stuck though in the Naginata monk. He has to pull through. And the bows have repositioned and now shooting the Katana cavalry who is wavering. This is going to be huge. If you can take out this Katana cavalry, that's the one thing that could really reach those bows easily. And there they go. Mass wavering on KingsIndian side. But looks like he's going to get it under control a little. Nope. There's the route. Oh, KingsIndian he came so close to that one. But it looks like Prussian Prince is going to hold firm here with all those Yari-Ashigaru. More wavering. Couldn't quite do it. I think it was the Bow Warrior Monks that threw off KingsIndian's strategy. It was elite Yari-Ashigaru really holding their own. A lot of people say veterans aren't really worth it in classic battles, but this battle just might prove otherwise. As elite Yari-Ashigaru, not even a spear wall in most cases, are going to be able to pull this one out. See, there goes the general. Mass wavering for KingsIndian. Prussian Prince is going to win. I really thought KingsIndian was in the better position there. Just goes to show you how crazy these classic battles can be, and I'm really enjoying it, I have to say. KingsIndian is attacking the general Prussian Prince, but too little too late, as his army is just going to mass rout right now. 1 unit left, Yari-Ashigaru, and they break. Prussian Prince takes the series 2-1. See you back on the main menu. Well, what a series. KingsIndian definitely made Prussian Prince sweat in that matchup. He'll unfortunately be going down to the losers bracket, but given those strong performances with a really unique army that he worked well, and he should have a strong run in the losers bracket. I really like to see creative sorts of armies that you just don't see. Those big spear corps were actually really cool to watch, and made it very strong against cavalry. You're bringing a big cavalry corps against that. You're like, what do I do when 3/4 of his army is spears? So it's actually a very unique way to look at it, and I really like those army setups, but not going to be enough in the end. Prussian Prince is going to have 3 completely different armies and show his mastery with all of them. So great job there by Prussian Prince. Great job to both contestants, actually. It was just a wonderful match. It was so much fun to watch. If you guys had half as much fun watching as I did casting it, y'all would be in good shape. So see you in the next match. Thanks for watching.